Hey guys, what is up? Zero here. Welcome back. Fruits of the Literature Club, Chapter 5. Natsuki out. So, in the last episode, our house got attacked. Well, not really. Our house, the aftermath of our house getting attacked. Our house didn't get attacked in the last episode. So we talked to Julia, and apparently she's trying to say that she doesn't know what really happened. We don't know if we could, like, she doesn't know what happened, and she didn't call those guys after us. Honestly, I don't know if we can trust her. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. I'm not entirely sure about that. But, in any case, not much really happened. Natsuki helped us repair our doors, which is important, I guess. And we had another flashback about MC's father just kind of beating him up. So, you know, the usual Natsuki route stuff. So, yeah, let us proceed and see what happens next. Julia meets me outside of my house, the headlights of her car illuminating the street. The moon above us just barely lights up the land with an eerie blue glow. During the drive to the office, Julia gives me a rundown of what's planned for the night. Alright, so I'm going to check us into the medical wing. From there, I'm going to guide you to an observation room, so you can watch from behind one-way glass. I will prevent the agent I'm questioning from panicking at the sight of you. What are you planning to ask him? Just the usual interrogatory questions. You know, why he was deployed, who sent him, who his CO was, etc. Oh, and I'm also going to need to take your gun. Hell no. I look at Julia and furrow my eyebrows. You do understand that bringing weapons in the medical wing is strictly prohibited, right? I'm still not fully keen on coming here with you, and now you're going to be taking one of my most valuable means of defense? You'll be fine, I promise. Very hesitantly, I place my handgun into the center console of Julia's car. I guess that shows we're trusting her now. Julia and I walk through the medical wing of the field office. The sounds of our footsteps reverberate and give the already eerie atmosphere more depth. While we travel through the clean hallway, I look into the various rooms we pass. So what you want about hospitals? I hate them a lot, but I definitely hate being here more than anything. Being around my own company isn't that bad because I'm used to them, but in medical bays and wings that are set up by my company, it's a whole new ordeal. Not to mention, I'm potentially in the den of my enemies. Go in here quickly. Julia points to an unmarked access control door to our left. She badges me into it and keeps walking forward. I open the door and walk inside to find a darkened room with a single one-way window on the north wall. It's completely pitch black, indicating that it has not been enabled yet. I take a minute to look around the room and notice a plastic table and several metallic chairs folded against the wall. It looks like this room hasn't been used for a while, or everything was neatly put away in preparation for my arrival. I grab one of the metal foldable chairs in the room and position in a comfortable position before sitting down. Leaning forward, I press a button and the window immediately turns transparent to reveal the hospital room on the other side. Julia stands off to the side, scrolling through her phone while leaning against the wall. Inside of the room is a hospital bed covered by a privacy curtain. Crossing my arms, I keep my eyes focused on Julia and the room. After a minute, I get a text from Julia. I'm gonna start now. You ready? I send a quick reply and lean back in the chair. Julia walks over to the curtain and calls out to the agent. Williams, we need to talk. She opens the curtains and reveals what's behind it. The agent lies in the bed completely motionless and pale. Around his neck is a dark and discolored line. Son of a bitch. He was garroted? A surge of caution goes through me and I immediately stand up, knocking my chair over. Julia looks around the hospital room and back to the window. Son of a bitch. This means... I quickly get to the door, opening it. Before I have a chance to fully get away, Julia runs after me. I quickly and calmly get to the front desk, check out before Julia has a chance to interrupt, and exit the front doors of the office. Speeding up my pace down the stairs, try to get as much distance away from Julia as I can. Realizing I no longer have my handgun, I act as calmly as possible around the other people wandering through the campus. When I reach the middle of the parking lot, Julia calls out behind me. Zero! I turn around and watch her run up to me. I prepare myself in case she attacks and raise my hand slightly. You need to keep your distance from me, Julia.
Zero, I know this looks bad.
You're damn right it looks bad. Tell me the truth. Julia, did you bring me here to take me in?
What? No!
She tries to step forward, but I simultaneously step backward to keep an equal distance from her. My trust in you was shaky at first. Now it's... Trail off my sentence. Julia looks back at me, disheartened. It doesn't look good for you right now.
I get that, but you have to understand that this is a surprise to me too.
Julia, no offense, but so far you've failed to regain my trust.
How can I? It's not that easy to gain in the first place.
Julia, you're the only person here who has the ability to send a team after me. You are one of the only people who would have contact with the surviving agent and our only hope of information. I'm looking out for myself here, and right now, I can't trust you. How am I to know that you aren't feigning this to take me in?
Zero, I don't want anything to happen to you. Why do you think I'm trying my best on this?
To cover your own ass!
You mean so much to me, Zero. I wouldn't do or allow anything to happen to you. I've always had your back, and I'll still continue to.
Julia pleads with me as she tries to walk closer to me. I stand my ground and quickly contemplate what I'm going to do. Julia, it does sound genuine, but it's still hard for me to trust the situation.
Zero, if I wanted to bring you in, I would have come straight out with it and told you. I don't like beating around the bush.
Give me my gun back. I'm going home. You take care of that mess in there. Julia reluctantly nods and walks to her car. After retrieving my gun from her center console, she places the firearm in my hand. Show her that I won't harm her, I release the magazine and pull back the slide, emptying the round from the chamber. I'll be taking the bus home. You have fun here. I turn my back to her and walk away while she remains silent. I see. Can't trust Julia, guys. I told you. No one believed me. Closing the clubroom door behind me, I look around the room and spot both Monica and Yuri.
Zero, you're early.
Yeah, did you girls get everything ready?
Of course, Monica and I brought stuff from home today.
Perfect. Thank you, girls. Both of them nod happily. I slide my backpack strap off my arm and place it on one of the nearby desks. I unzip it and retrieve a few items I stashed away inside. While Yuri and Monica examine what I brought, I look around the room for Sayori. Is Sayori already out?
Yeah, she's going to the lockers with Natsuki.
Perfect.
All of this looks so good. I'm kind of envious. This might actually make for a good social event for the club. I'll keep that in mind for the future.
Alright, so let me take a look at all of this. Monica and Yuri grab some plastic containers from their desks, and Sayori's gingerly placing them down next to mine. I open all of the containers and start to combine them. And in no time at all, everyone in the club has contributed to a bento box for Natsuki. The door of the club room opens and closes, revealing Natsuki and Sayori. Natsuki looks at us curiously, and Sayori beams brighter than the sun. When the girls and I discussed this last night over text, Sayori seemed especially excited. However, she only brought yogurt because we can't trust her cook all that well. Yeah, that's fair. Apparently, she nearly burned her house down once with just boiling water. Yeah. I don't even know how you do that.
Water!
Huh?
Said, how do you do that? It's water.
Grease fire? I don't know.
Like, seriously.
You can't use water on a grease fire, so I don't know. Maybe that, but I mean, water doesn't have grease, so... They're always crazy.
Can't do that? Why not?
Huh?
Why not? Why
Wait,
can't you do that?
Oh, because it'll just cause the flames to ignite.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's some sort of science in it, but that's what happens.
It's because grease, like, doesn't go into water. It, like, is on top of it.
Yeah, I think that's why. It's, again, something with science, but yes, don't pour water on a grease fire. You'll make it worse.
You will die. You will burn your house down and you will die.
Yes. Nonetheless, I'm still grateful she pitched in and helped. And all of us make a group effort for Natsuki. It shows her that we're here for her and we do care about her. Plus, if her father's feeding her less and less, can't allow her to suffer.
Surprise!
What is this? Natsuki rests her hand on her hip and looks at the bento box.
Is that for me? Yep, we all decided to do something special for you.
She looks at me and I can see a glimmer of concern in her eyes.
Thank you, guys.
She walks over to the box and opens it, the aroma of the ingredients wafting through the club room.
Wow, this smells really good.
I walk over to her and wrap my arm around her shoulders. She looks up at me and tries to hide her smile. Leaning my head down toward her, I whisper into her ear. You deserve a good meal. All of us wanted to help, so don't feel bad. She tilts her head and whispers back into my ear.
I know. I appreciate this a lot. Thank you.
Next, I feel a little peck against my cheek. Natsuki quickly turns her head away and hides her face from me. Sarah and Yuri are looking elsewhere and didn't see what just happened, but Monika did. She giggles to herself silently while staring directly at me.
I don't know what you're laughing about over there, Monika. Nothing happened. What? No, I was laughing at Zero.
Eh? Me? Why? Monika leans forward and softens her voice.
Your face turned so red.
Oh my god, did it? The sudden attack on me has made me extremely self-conscious. Am I really blushing? No, that can't be right. I don't blush. Natsuki faces me again and her mouth immediately forms into a devilish smirk.
Oh my god, Monika's right.
Natsuki starts to giggle to herself as she looks at me. Fine, you got me. I need to get a little blood pumping anyway.
Alright, you two, enough with the cute couple stuff.
Eh?
We have to start the club now.
All of us gathering to our normal desk and... What was that?
What?
There was like some black bar I saw for like a second on the top left that like flew. I don't know what the fuck that was. I'm not going crazy. It was like in the top left.
I didn't see it, but someone threw a TV remote.
Sayori was like,
I hate this channel.
She was
somehow
like,
there's a TV in the club room.
She was like, there's nothing good on it. She just tossed the remote across.
Somehow there was a TV. I think like one of the girls transitioning away like fucked up.
Maybe this Sprite canvas has a black bar on it. Something.
I don't know. Crazy.
Someone was transitioning away. It like was weird.
Oh, maybe.
Put on it.
All of us gathering to our normal desks and starting another afternoon at the literature club. About 10 minutes into our usual activities, Natsuki's already nearly finished the bento box of food we prepared for her. She happily sits at her desk, participating in our conversations and genuinely having a good time. All of a sudden, the clubroom door opens. I turn to look at the door and view our unexpected guest. But the figure that appears in my vision immediately causes my stomach to drop and my posture to stiffen. Natsuki! The girl stopped talking and intense silence fills the room. Matsumoto looks directly at Natsuki, ignoring the rest of us in the room.
Dad?
She does her best to hide the bento box behind her backpack. What is that? No one responds. Natsuki, I asked you a question.
Nothing.
Are you lying to me again? Show me what you're hiding behind the backpack, now. His voice remains a dominant tone, but he doesn't raise it. It adds to the intensity of the situation. Natsuki reluctantly pulls her backpack away to reveal the bento box. Matsumoto walks over to it and grabs it off the desk. So, you're eating here at school and spoiling your appetite for dinner later?
Oh?
No? So you don't want the food I give you then, is that it?
No.
No? So what is it then, Natsuki? Answer me when I'm speaking to you! Natsuki squeaks quietly and flinches when he raises his voice. I can feel my face grow hot as my anger skyrockets. He's just belittling her right now in front of everyone. Monika looks back and forth between me and Matsumoto. I can tell that she realizes something bad's going to happen if this continues. Yuri and Sayori sit in their seats, petrified. Monika scoots her chair back from her desk and looks at Matsumoto.
We all had a little picnic at lunch earlier today, so we could discuss stuff in our club. Natsuki wasn't there, so we brought her food here so we could have it while we did our club meeting.
Matsumoto's eyes stab into Monika like razor-sharp blades. At least someone here can actually give me an answer. I guess the rest of you are useless, just like my daughter. Useless? Finally speak to the man as he looks at me. How is she useless? Because she isn't a monster like you? Such accusations! Be careful, you might hurt my feelings. He looks back at Natsuki and grabs her arm. Come, Natsuki, we are leaving.
What? No! I want to stay here until the club is over.
Are you talking back to me? Matsumoto yanks her up from the seat by her arm, causing her to wince. We have things we have to do, and I will not let you disrespect me in public. He practically drags Natsuki from her seat. Monika stands up and walks towards him, just barely standing in front of him near the door.
Sir, can she stay for just a little longer? We're almost done with our meeting anyway.
Get out of my way! He places his free hand on Monika's bicep and pushes her to the side, causing her to stumble and crash to the floor.
Monika? Monika! Dad, what are you doing?
I get up from my seat and rush to Monika, who leans up from the ground and stares back at her aggressor. I stare up at Matsumoto, and can feel my blood starting to boil. He merely gives me a smug smile while glancing down at us. This man, he's going to pay for this. I pat Monika's shoulders and start to stand up, but she reaches over and grabs my wrist.
Zero, don't do it. This isn't the time or the place for this.
Sayori and Yuri look at me as well, their eyes pleading for me to listen to Monika. She makes a good point. Can't just start a fight here on school grounds and Natsuki's father. Not only does that implicate me as the aggressor, it will result in severe ramifications. The mere fact that he assaulted Monika should not go unaddressed either. Come on, Natsuki, we're leaving. Natsuki hesitantly complies, her father pulling on her arm to tow her along. Matsumoto and I look at each other one final time before he leaves, forcibly closing the door behind himself and Natsuki. I help Monika back up onto her feet and I look around the room, my anger trying to get the best of me.
Zero, I understand you're upset.
I'm more than just upset, Monika. I rest my hand on the wall next to one of the windows and look outside. But you're right. This is not the time or the place for me to do anything stupid. Monika gingerly walks over and places her right hand on my left shoulder, looking out the window with me. Sayori and Yuri come up and stand by us as well. Thank you, girls. Natsuki doesn't deserve any of the shit she has to put up with. The mere fact that she has to be around him would be too much for anyone else to handle. She holds her own, which I admire, and I'm just afraid something bad is going to happen soon.
Yeah, I fear that too. There isn't really anything we can do, either. It makes me feel useless. Natsuki's an awesome girl, and she deserves so much more! We might not agree on some things, but I care about her immensely, and I value our friendship. Seeing her deal with the adversity she's facing, it crushes me.
After a moment of silence and intense internal deliberation, I break the tension with a new resolve. I'll see it to it that she escapes this hell. I may not have been able to do anything today, but there will be a time, and there will be a place. Girls turn their heads to face me.
When that time comes, I want you to give him hell, Zero. He deserves everything that's coming to him.
Sarah and Yuri nod in agreement. Monika's stern face and strong message send a surge of motivation through my veins. Clouds over my worries, fears, and hesitations like an incoming storm. So, with that, I think I can continue with this. I grip my left hand into a fist, with my right hand from the wall, and turn around to face the clubroom. See, I liked that scene. I liked Monika being the voice of reason.
Yeah.
For our MC being a man who can't keep himself together. I liked Monika being a voice of reason and saying, like, don't do anything stupid. I liked that. That was a nice scene. Also, Natsuki's father be out here just kind of walking in the clubroom.
Yeah, coming in.
That's like the most, like, how the fuck moments ever. Like, any other time, he wouldn't walk in there. But of course, the time where Natsuki gets food, it's like he has, like, a fucking detector on her. It is like, what is this? She is chewing? Not today!
What is this? There is food going down her throat? throat. I can sense
He has a fucking detector in there that detects food going down her throat.
it's just like really loudly. He gets in
Yeah,
his
what is
car.
this food? Zoom!
Zoom time.
Fucking zooms in his car.
Miyuki walks into my office carrying a folder that I've been waiting quite a while for. Here you are, ma'am. Thank you, Miyuki. So, this entire document's for 4219? Correct. I still haven't been able to come up with anything on the event that happened a few days ago. Our only lead was Williams. He was killed before we can get anything out of him. Has Internal Affairs contacted you regarding that? Just to question what happened, no other contact has been made. I lean forward and rest my head in my hands from exhaustion. This is really stressing you out, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Mainly because it's caused Zero to lose all trust in me. What? Really? Yeah, he thinks I sent the deck team out on him. Ah, I see. I can kind of see how he come to that conclusion. I do too. It's just a really shitty turn of events here. I thought I could regain it by having him oversee the questioning. Yeah, that didn't work out too well. He sits down at my desk across from me, placing a cup of coffee onto a coaster.
You know what? Fine. I know, guys. We can trust Julia. I kind of figured we were going to be able to in the end anyway. I doubt this route was going to be totally different where it was like, Julia's an enemy now. She sits down. Oh yeah, the place go on the coaster.
What's your plan now? Just pace through documents filled in the last 7 days? You know, maybe try and spot a few irregularities. That's a good plan. Yuki looks at me with a half smirk growing on her lips. You look like you have something. Yes, I do, ma'am. Permission to speak freely? Of course. Take 4219 into custody. You're serious? 100%? You're insane! There's no way in hell I'm doing that. I don't have anything to take him into custody for, and even if I did, he wouldn't come willingly. Well, he doesn't have to come willingly. Take him forcefully. Do it in a manner that befits your nature, ma'am. As for the reason, simply state it as Code 3. I don't know, Miyuki. She crosses her legs and sips her coffee. Allow me to ask. She looks me in the eyes. Do you have any other choice?
Oh. Yikes. Yeah, see, I told you. Like I said, I think in the last part, I was like, most likely it's something where Julia doesn't want to do it, but the higher-ups, like our MC said, the higher-ups are kind of forcing her to do it. Quiet patter of my feet on the concrete sidewalk barely emanates out into the... Wait, hold up. It said Zero's neighborhood. Would it be me? Would it be me or would it be her? See, that's my one issue with Fruits, is that there's no indication on whose point of view we're switching to.
If it's saying your neighborhood in like third person, then I think it's not you.
You sure? Because it also said Julia's office and we were Julia.
I think that's just fake.
I don't know. I feel like your theory might be wrong. This might be me. Because how would Julia get outside this fast?
Why the hell would she say, I walk into Julia's office? She's Julia. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. And it was said Julia's office.
Maybe it was a mistake.
Well, no, because the setting wouldn't matter. You can still say Julia's office. It's just, there should be something to point out whose point of view we're at, is all I'm saying. Because if you just put my office, Monica, you'd be confused. You'd be like, whose office? Like, I'm like, my only issue is there just needs to be something that can indicate which point of view you're switching to. Because that's one thing that annoys me every time. Like, I have to keep making guesses. The quiet patter of my feet on the concrete sidewalk barely emanates out into the stagnant nighttime air. Yeah, see? It's MC. It's Zero, and it's his neighborhood.
That is stupid.
I mean, it's not stupid. It's just an indication is fine. Because Monica, what do you want them to put? My neighborhood? It's like, well, weren't we just talking about It's like, we were just Julia. Putting my neighborhood would just serve to confuse them more.
I mean, I don't know. They could have done something else.
All I was saying was they can keep the names of the settings fine. You can keep it still Julia's office, Zero's neighborhood. Just give an indication on who's talking now. Basically. Like, I don't have a problem with the names. The names are fine. It's just, there needs to be an indication on whose point of view you're actually on. Instead of having to force the reader to take guesses on who's being read. Ever since the club ended earlier today, I've been walking around the city, trying to clear my head. Thoughts race through my brain every minute of every hour. Several of them involve my hands around Matsumoto's throat. At first, I was all for allowing this to have a peaceful resolution, thinking that maybe this would all work out somehow. But the more I stand back and watch, the worse it gets. He knows it too. He's taking a lot more enjoyment in tormenting his own daughter than I would have expected. Each time I look into her beautiful eyes, I can't help but see him stare back at me. After all, he is her father. This is all getting too much for me right now. I shake my head to pull myself out of the unending abyss that is my consciousness currently. Lifting my head, I gaze in the night sky and take in the starlight that shines down upon me. Pausing with my backpack slung behind my back, I take a few deep breaths in and out to calm myself. Natsuki will be fine. She's a strong girl. She's more than capable of keeping herself safe in this situation. I have other things I need to focus on right now anyway. Yeah, Zero. Keep telling yourself that. Without realizing it, I start traversing the sidewalk again toward my home. Finally reaching my front door, I grab my house key and look around. The area around my door is nearly pitch dark, which has always made me a little cautious. Inserting my key into the front door's lock, I unlock it and turn the knob. Taking my first step into my home, I sense another person close to me. Closing the door behind me, I notice that Julia is sitting in the middle of my living room, propped up against my couch. She looks up from the floor, gazing directly into my eyes with a look on her face that I haven't seen in some time. It's almost as if her heart has been broken, like the time Ashley died. Julia, what are you doing here? My stomach drops slightly as I slowly approach her.
I just wanted to see you in person.
I don't like the way she said that.
Zero, I'm sorry.
As she says that, several other agents, who are dressed in black suits and fitted with earpieces and vests, emerge from the darkened corners of my home. They converge on me, faces stern and hands on holstered handguns.
Please don't resist. They won't hesitate to kill you.
So, you did betray me after all.
I'm really sorry, Zero.
All of a sudden, your hands grab onto the backpack slung around my shoulder, throwing it off of me. Next, two other pairs of hands grab my sides and wrestle me to the ground. I try to squirm and thrash my arms out to disorient them. It doesn't look like it's working. I manage to look up into Julia's blank eyes. She stares back down at me before turning away. Ah! My body instantly tenses and an electrifying pain courses through it. For a few seconds, I go limp, and I feel my heart racing. Julia! Ah! Once more, my body tenses and I'm overwhelmed with extreme pain. When it stops, I use whatever energy I have left to kick my feet as hard as I can. Ah! Urgh! My vision begins to tunnel. I feel my energy dissipate into thin air, leaving only my motionless body behind. I can't fight back anymore. She betrayed me. Unable to maintain the strength to keep my head lifted, I slowly lower it until my forehead gently rests against the ground. As I feel dizziness cover me and overwhelm my senses, I watch Julia walk away from me. Well, shit. That's a cliffhanger and a half.
Why?
Hmm?
It said why?
Why what?
I don't know. Everything.
Well, why she had to turn us in?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you remember what she said? Remember what Miyuki said? He doesn't really have a choice. It's like, she's kind of stuck here. Because it's like, if she doesn't do it, then she's going to be in trouble. She's going to lose her job. And then, if she does, and it's like, if she does do it, then, you know, she's sad. Like we talked just now. Yeah, she's kind of caught here, it seems. But in any case, yeah, things are getting interesting now. Matsumoto just kind of shows up and, you know, pushes Monica to the side. Again, I really like how the characters acted in that scene. Monica acted as Monica would. A Monica would.
A Monica, one of many.
I like that the MC was showing how the MC was kind of showing weakness with not being able to keep control of his temper. He needed somebody there to kind of tell him to calm down because, you know, if Monica probably wasn't there, he probably would have lashed out at him and then, you know, things would have been worse. So it's like, I like that. I like just, I guess Sayori and Yuri really don't need to do much in that scene because I wouldn't expect them to do much anyway. Both seemed like they would be pretty timid in that situation, which makes sense. So yeah, things are getting good. Curious to see what happens next. Yeah, want to play this for yourself? Links in the description down below. And yeah, this has been Zero. Peace.
I'm a shapeshifter at this masquerade, hiding both face and mind, free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, what a trip to be, but don't take off my mask, revealing all.